tower builds of Raging Bolt. There's a pretty standard list. You know, we see the 6-3-3 split of energies.
Yep.
We do see the one copy of Iono. We don't see the Judge though, and he's opted to play a slightly heavier count, I think.
Iron leaves EX as well.
That's quite common. So okay, so I see what he's done. He switched out the Squawk ability
Yep.
for the Judge, right? And he switched out a Crispin for I think one more energy. So here he opts to play a little heavier of a count of Crispin.
Yep.
Of Stardust.
Yes.
As well as have the option for Squawk ability.
I think that one Crispin rolls, would that be enough? It seems to be enough because he's the top 4.
Yeah, so you know, there's often a discussion between players where they go either 1 Crispin, 2 Crispins, or 3 Crispins.
Yep.
I'm personally playing the three Crispins variant. I like to be able to filter out my energies from my deck and attach it to the Pokemon as and when I need to under item lock. You know, because we talked a little bit more about the heaviest support accounts, and this is one of the support accounts which I've chosen to play a little bit more of instead.
Well, he will not be playing against Budul this match, so he should be able to quickly clear out all his Ultra Balls, Earthen Vessels, everything he needs to set up his board as fast as possible. 4 Nest Ball, 3, and wow, 3 Night Stretcher as well. He's going to be able to really get back his resources and keep on attacking.
Yeah, look, Night Stretcher is also one of the very, I think, pivotal cards that have been released in the past year, right? Where you're able to choose either a basic Pokemon, a basic energy, or a Pokemon to your hand, you know, and you can get, that's why actually builds with the 4 V6 as well as the 4 Ionos have also kind of been, quote-unquote, allowed, is because you're able to recover your resources from your discard pile with Night Stretcher.
Right, so Kaiser is going to go second for this one. Looks like he probably won the dice roll, I think. I think Tianchong going first. Later we're going to see what are in their prize piles, hopefully. Another thing about Kenchong though is he's sitting on the right side. Kenchong sitting on the right side, sorry, yeah. Again, so Kaiser will be sitting on the confusion heads roll side. So will we see a 6 heads?
Surely,
right? So hopefully Kaiser will be able to... I'm very sure we're going to see a Mind Bend again from Kenchong. We've seen it in the previous round, like using that as a way to buy himself some time to set up. But if Kaiser can roll heads though, things might be going well, very well for Raging Bolt. Here we have the prizes.
So on Kenchong's side, we see 2 Psychic Energies price as well as the 1 Buddy Poffin. On Kaiser's side, nothing too outstanding. Maybe the Serendipity.
Yeah, maybe that might play a part. The Stardust Vitality is on the bottom side. Maybe he might pick it up later on.
Yeah, but look, I think the 1 Buddy Poffin that Kenchong's playing is priced. I do want to give that a call out because
right,
it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy for him to get out the routes as and when he needs to.
Correct. You know that Arven, that turn 1 Arven to Buddy Poffin to TM Evolution, right? That's what people love. That's why as a Guardi player would love to see as well.
Yeah, so look, let's go straight into the match. You know, I believe the players are just waiting for the start of time. Call out, you know, in this match, Nick, who do you think is more favored?
I really like Gardevoird in this matchup. I've seen how Kenchong plays Gardevoird. He's playing very safe, but very steady, going very well from behind. How about you?
Yeah, I think Gardy is definitely favorite here, right? So you're able to use Lily's Clefairy as well to get 2 times damages on stuff like your Baby Raging Bolt or even your Big Raging Bolt as well. So you're able to take 1-shots on those 2 Pokemon very easily as long as it's in the active spot. And right now, we've just started the game. We have Kenchong starting with the Shaman and Kaiser starting with the Big Raging Bolt.
Right, so he's starting first here, Kaiser. Ultra Ball to discard the Lightning Energy and Fighting Energy. Of course, he wants some energy in this card pile. Just like Kenchong, going to use the Stardust Vitality to charge energy from this card pile to his Ancient Pokemon. So looks like he's going to try it. I think he's going to go for the Fan Rodom here. With the Fan Rodom, I'm going to go and find the 2 Hoots and 1 Noctowl. We did see one of them in the prize earlier. Okay, so you can see that when Kaiser looking through his deck now, as a top player, usually you would be checking to see what cards have been priced. You can see that he's eyeing up, picking up some of the cards, putting it up to see. He's counting, you know, how many energies he has in the deck to use, what Pokemon he won't be able to use later in the game. It's an essential skill, but the player only has like a couple of minutes or so to just do that first deck search. Henceforth, after this, you can't be searching deck so hard. Anyway, with the Ultra Ball, looks like he's going to take a Squawk Ability EX. Like we saw earlier, there's a little bit of mix of with Hannah's deck and our top 32, right? So here we have a Squawk Ability in addition to the Hoot package.
More birds.
More birds. So like, yeah, it's a combination of 1 bird before, 6 birds now, and then we've got like
7 birds.
Yeah.
7 birds. I guess you can say Kaiser is a bird lover here. You know, Squawk Ability here is going to definitely accelerate his hand cards. He's got 2 energies into this discard pile. This is actually this brings back the old Raging Bolts builds, you know, the ones with the Pokestops, right? That's why he's opting for 1 Crispin instead of multiple Crispins, because he wants to get the energies out of his deck as fast as possible.
And he did draw a Fan Rodom from the Squawk and Seize ability from Squawk Ability. What a card that you want to get here. So with the Fan Rodom, it's going to find 300 HP and below colorless type Pokemon. So like I said, usually it's going to be Hoot Noctowl unless he has 1 of it. Or you can give a Ditto as well if he can. Because he's put it to the hand, see, so you can even use that as a way to discard fodder. Anyway, I see Hoot, I see Noctowl. I'm not sure what the card in the middle is. It is Ditto, right? It is Ditto. And it looks like he's going to play the Ditto down. He has Latias EX in the board, so the Raikos get free retreat. The Raiko, sorry.
The Raging Bolt.
So in Japanese, it's called like Takeru Raiko. Yeah, so like in my head, I was thinking, oh, Takeru Raiko.
Yes, anyways, we do see him playing that Teal Mask Ogerpon down now, and this is going to enable him to start using those Noctowl's Jewel Seekings, because Jewel Seeking is only available when you have a Terra Pokemon on your side of the field. So this is a pretty standard play from the side of Kaiser, and I believe with that, he should be very satisfied with
exactly what he wants to start with.
Exactly what he wants to start with. So Kenchong just going to start with the Nest Ball, start us off with the Nest Ball, like you're going to do a proper deck search, and I'm predicting he will put a Ralts on his side of the field. Not willing to bet my house on it though.
Oh, okay. I'll predict that he's going to use He's gonna use Earthen Vessel to discard Psychic Energy and then find one Darkness Energy, one Psychic Energy.
Can I ask him that again?
No,
Ah,
because
fair
he's using Nest Ball first though. So great play to use Nest Ball first. Again, like Kaiser earlier, he's using it to search his deck to see what cards were in the prize. His prize check is a bit faster though. Oh! It is Earthen Vessel, but it's not a Psychic Energy. It's gonna be a Mew. It's gonna be a Mew EX though. The shiny Mew EX going to discard pile, 2 Psychic Energy coming up.
Yeah, look, I mean, you don't want to be playing at Mew as much as possible, right? Because if you played at Mew, it's a liability on your side of the field.
Yes, correct. Okay, the Shaman though, the Shaman is going to be might be key for Ken Chong here. With the Shaman, Kaiser won't be able to use the Baby Raging Bolt to target Ken Chong's bench.
But he can't anyways, because the Baby Raging Bolt is priced.
Ah, right. Like Ken Chong doesn't know that though.
It's true, you know, but I mean, look, Kanchong, I think starting that Shaman isn't going to be a problem for him.
I don't think it was his choice anyway though, but
He would be able to retreat that. There we go, with just one energy. So that's one way to get the energies into the discard pile. But I don't think he wants to retreat that, as if he does, he's going to have a lone route and his active spot, which is a very huge risk for him.
okay, so we're going to try to hope for a Monkey Dory here and Outer Zone with this Professor's Research. He's cutting his entire hand to draw a fresh new hand of 7 cards. Let's see what he gets. Any basic Pokemon?
Kanchong here wants to look for the way to find a route. He does find the other way. It's going to be the Nest Ball.
So that's one way you're going to get a route in the board. Oh, and a Team Evolution to the hand. That's perfect. That's exactly what he needs. I'm not sure if he has double killer. He should have double killer. There's no killer in the prices.
That's right. So he is going to find that routes, and he will likely just see him evo here. Both players having almost ideal starts. Kanchong would have probably liked to have a Monkey Dory attachment. Monkey Dory on his side of the field, but I think he's going to be pretty happy with this. We are going to have a game on our hands.
Yes, double kill here. Ken Chong also with a good setup. Like, he doesn't have to be, it's not like Raging Bolt side, right? He doesn't need to have all those Pokemon on the bench. He can choose and pick when he needs, what he needs later on in the game. Of course, it'd be great if he has a Monkey Dory or Darkness Energy attached though, but, you know, Beggars Can't Be Choosers, and you want that Psychic Energy onto the Shaman to use TM Evolution.
That is absolutely right. So now Kaiser is back on Kaiser's side of the field. We will just see a Noctowl being involved right now. Jewel Seeking will find him 2 cards, likely the Area 0 under depth as well as the Professor Sawdust. We will start to see prizes being taken here. I wonder if he will commit any kind of gusting option, or if he's happy to just take out the Shaman in the front.
I mean, it would be ideal if you could take out one of the Kilias though, but we have to see if he wants to use his Prime Catcher so early in the game, right?
It's likely not worth it, because, you know, there are ways for Kanchong to kind of come back into the game if he uses his A-Spec this early.
You can see that he pulled out the Hoot, like he's not going to take out the second Hoot here, so he has a ready for Noctowl next turn to use Jewel Seeker again. With Professor Sawdust Vitality, attaching 2 basic energy. One to the Raging Bolt EX, one another to another Raging Bolt EX in the back, so that Raging Bolt is ready to attack this turn.
That's right. I also do want to mention the Area 0 under depth does expand the bench, so you can add up to 8 Pokemon from your original 5 Pokemon, as long as you have a Terra Pokemon in your side of the field. Kaiser here having only 1 Teal Musk Ogerpon is kind of baiting Kanchong. He's like, hey man, you can knock my Teal Musk Ogerpon out. I'm pretty okay with that. If you do, I'm going to be able to discard my Squawk ability from my bench.
Right, discard my Squawk ability, discard my Noctowl even. So if I can use, because he has 3 night stretches, right? You can use that. We use that Noctowl onto the new Hoot.
That's right. You know, playing like this takes a certain level of skill, and you need to know your deck. You need to know how to play the different lines from your deck as well. So, you know, I heard some people talking about, Boat versus Boat is a boring matchup to watch. In fact, to me, it's not. It's actually a lot of skill expression for Boat in order for them to play it out properly.
Yep. It looks like, I don't know if he's going to try to retreat and attack here. He's going to retreat. Hand attach an energy to that Raging Bolt. It's going to take a knockout on this Shaman, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Right? You get rid of the Shaman now, you get 1 prize. You'll be able to find the baby. If you do find a Baby Raging Bolt, you will be able to start sniping off damage from the bank. You'll be able to start sniping off Pokemon from the
He
bench.
just needs to discard 2 energy to take out the Shaman, and now it's back to Ken Chong's turn. He has both Kilia. So I assume Gardevoird is going to come out this turn. He drew into a Darkness Energy. Not a card that you usually want to discard if you have a Professor's Research in hand though.
Yeah, unless he's able to find a Monkey Dory, and even if he does find a Monkey Dory with, let's say, for example, an Artisan, because he's already burnt out, I think 2 of... he's burnt out his only 2 Nest Balls, by the way.
Yes.
So
Research now. He's forced to discard that Darkness Energy though. He got another fresh hand of 7 cards. I see a Gardevoird at the top though, so he's going to get Gardevoird this turn. I don't know how many Psychic Energies that Ken Chong has in his discard pile though.
Not that many. We didn't see him do the Earthen Vessel for energy to find more
Earthen Vessel to discard for
more energies.
Yeah, get Earthen Vessel now though. He has 1 in hand, so I don't think he's got energy with it though. He can discard a TM Evolution instead.
And if he has an Ultra Ball, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But the question is, which attacker is he going to be using this turn?
I see a Scream Tail. Kaiser does not play Shaman here, so every Pokemon there is free game for Scream Tail.
Yeah.
Play first. So I think if he got a Monkey Dory, maybe Darkness and Psychic, or double Psychic here. So Darkness and Psychic, right?
So we do know that there's a Monkey Dory that's able to be played down either through an Artisan or a Ultra Ball here. But on Ken Chong's side, he needs to step up his board a little more.
Psychic Energy. So that means he may have enough already in discard pile though.
We did see, I think, 2 Psychic Energies in the prizes.
There could be more, maybe?
Yeah, well...
there's 2 in the prizes, right.
So that means he would only have 5 in the deck, so all 5 energies are all in about right now.
Here comes the Scream Tail.
Scream Tail was like...
there we go, there are all the energies. He's just hiding in the corner there, didn't want to see it. All 5 of it there. Putting attaching 2, so you can retreat. Yep, show the steps. Discarding it. Here comes the Scream Tail, and here comes all the energy cards.
I think at this point in time, you know, if you put 4 energy cards here, you're going to be looking to snipe the Mew on the bench, I believe. But it is a liability here because of the Area 0 under depth. So the question is, do you take a 1 prize? Oh, right, 160 on the Squawk.
Yeah, it's going to take a knockout here. This is the first time that Ken Chong has taken a prize lead in this tournament. I mean, on stream.
Yeah, but here, look, it's smart, right? Because he knows that Kaiser's trying to set up for a way to bounce the Area 0 under depth. So he chooses the Squawk ability before he can get rid of it. So that's the easiest 2 prize that Ken Chong can take. It's a 1-for-2 trade, and Ken Chong is in the lead right now. Kaiser only 1 prize behind, but there are definitely ways for Kaiser to come back into this.
Correct. I think I see a jamming tower in his hands. So Kaiser was waiting for the chance to discard the squawk ability, but again, wasn't too late. So
got a little bit greedy there as
got
well.
a little bit greedy. I think he wanted to wait one more turn. Like this turn would be perfect though if he could play the jamming tower. I'm not sure if the jamming tower was in area 0. He couldn't play the area 0 anyway. Anyway, yeah, so it is an area 0. It's going to get discarded here via Ultra Ball. Is he going to look for Serendipity here? Draw 3 cards. Try and claw his way back into the game. He needs a... He can get the... With Ultra Ball, he can get a Noctowl.
And then Noctowl could get him a boss's orders maybe if he plays... No, yeah, he does play one more boss's orders, so he can find one more boss's orders, get rid of the Gardevoird, and hope that Kenchong can come back with this another Gardevoird here.
Should be a Sada first, right? Sada Vitality to get some energy on the board. Let's see Sada. He's eyeing the Sada. I see he's also eyeing Prime Catcher, I think. So it's going to be Sada and Prime Catcher. Sada going to get 2 targets here, 2 Raging Bolt EX.
And Kaiser is going to likely take a knockout onto that Gardevoird to try to slow Kenchong down. But if he does do this, Kenchong's counter catchers will be activated. So Kaiser trying to think of all the different permutations here. Attaches 1 to the Raging Bolt at the back, and then it's just going to be Prime Catcher the Gardevoird, I believe.
Yes.
There we go.
Interesting though. I mean, it doesn't. I thought it does probably affect the outcome, but Prime Catcher first or Sada first?
It doesn't really affect the outcome. It doesn't matter at all.
Here we go. 1 energy, 1 lightning energy to the active spot, and 1 fighting energy to the bench, and then draw 3 extra cards.
How many energies does Raging Bolt need to take a knockout on the Gardevoird?
That's a great question. I believe it's 5. Because 70 damage for each energy you discard, right?
That's right. So I think that's 350 damage if you discard 5 energies off the board. Kaiser here weighing out his options, taking his time, making sure that he doesn't misplay here.
The Gardevoird does have 4 damage constantly, right? So you can discard...
It should be 4 energies, I believe, because it's
280, right?
270, yeah, so just 4.
Okay, slowly count first, right? Slowly count first. 1, 2...
So he knows he needs to discard 4, so he's making his choice right now.
Which one do you discard? Yeah.
Which one do you discard? Yeah, so this is exactly the way I would have discarded it, because I only need to discard 4 energies.
So why would you discard one from the active instead of one from the bench, though?
Good question. I think you choose to discard the energy from the active spot because you already have Latias that allows you to have a free retreat. So you attach it to the back, right? It protects it. So if Kenchong wants to chase the energies, he needs to use a gusting option here on the back Raging Bolt first. Whereas to you, if you attach it to the front, you're not making him burn an additional resource.
Okay. There's no jamming tower though, so Kenchong does have the option of a Bravery Charm to boost the damage output of the Screamtail. But let's see what he's going to play first. Looks like going to play Secret Box, I think. He's thinking he's putting it down. Right. Again, just for our people watching on stream, the moment you let go your card from your hand when you play it down, that's considered it's played. Can't really take it back from then. That's why you see the players like thinking if they should put it down or not. Like slowly, it's not something. Sometimes it's not they try to show off or something like that. It's just the way players think. They want to like make the correct decision because you can't take it back once you put it down.
That's right. So Kenchong here. Double checking what he's going to get out from the secret box. I do like the energy that he has thrown away. With that secret box, we'll likely see a Bravery Charm here. Bravery Charm attachment does give I think another 80 damage that Screamtail can do. So if
choosing for TM Evolution.
So you can do up to 110, 210, 20 damage with the Screamtail if you have a Bravery Charm. But you're right, he chooses the TM Evolution instead. Probably not trying to risk a Jamming Tower knockout onto the Screamtail.
Okay, he's going to discard the Artisan with the Ultra Ball. Grabbing the backup Gardevoird, so now it's another Gardevoird active, ready to charge this Screamtail or whatever other attacker he might have in his hand that we don't see. Maybe even Drifloon, but again, the enemies are all stuck onto this Screamtail. There's no way to discard it except via retreat. You can't, with Gardevoird, you can attach an energy from this card pile to if you're a Psychic Pokemon, but you can't attach in a way that will make the Pokemon get knocked out. That's one key thing as well. So you can't just simply put energy around and then give up prizes.
I mean, if you could do that, it's kind of a broken...
it'd be too broken.
It'd be really, really broken because you can choose when your opponent gets to take the prize. It's kind of crazy that way.
Monkey Dory is out, and as you said last turn, Counter Catcher has been played. Bring up the Noctowl. So Noctowl cannot be discarded. The Noctowl is one of the cards that won't be discarded if Kenchong decides to bump that area 0 under depths.
Yep, so Kenchong here making sure...
he's thinking Serendipity.
Gonna be using the Serendipity there.
I think Kaiser is gonna... He's looking to be eyeing that Serendipity for those 2 prizes.
Yum,
I think that's why Kenchong was contemplating whether should he put down that card to draw 3. Yes, he probably really needs that 3 cards, so he needs to try to find another attacker or something to help him with his Screamtail. But I think there's no choice. And Kaiser will definitely be eyeing that Serendipity for next turn. Another 2 prizes.
Kaiser's going to be pretty dang happy about seeing the Serendipity there as it gives him an easy 2-prize access to his cards. Kenchong's also playing Lily's Fairy, by the way. So he wants to be able to pool, I think... it's interesting, the way that Kenchong is playing, right? He's kind of playing a little bit backwards because if I wanted to play the Lily's Fairy there, I would have then used the counter catcher on something like the Raging Bolt in order for me to take a one-shot knockout using the Screamtail. So on this, I'm willing to burn 2 counter catchers in 1 turn, which is the only 2 I have, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, it's a slight misplay there from Kenchong.
I think the idea just popped up in him the moment he drew those 3 cards, though. I'm not sure if the Lily's Fairy was drawn by those 3 cards, so that could be a possibility. But he's already locked in on sending the Noctowl on the active spot, and he's getting another Ultra Ball out to pull out the another Valve to the bench, thinning his deck even further. I think there's only just a couple of cards left there. Not sure there's like 4 or 5 cards remaining in the deck.
Yeah, so here Kenchong is aggressively thinning his deck. It's a very, very different pace of play from from Kenchong's game previously, where we saw him use almost a full 30-ish minutes to get through the first game. Here, Kenchong is realizing that he may not be able to win this first game, so he's trying to pick up the pace here, trying to accelerate what he can do with what he has right now. You know, in this kind of board state, I believe that Kaiser is actually slightly in favor.
Yep.
I think it really depends on whether Kian opts to use another counter catcher to remove the 2-prizer and whatnot.
Kaiser is really proving us wrong. I know earlier in the match we were discussing and predicting that Kian would be taking this game here, but Kaiser is, I think he's probably practiced this Gardevoird matchup more than 100 times. I think he knows what to expect from Kian here, and his setup is near perfect. Can Kian come back though? Screamtail is going to attack right now. Let's see what he decides to choose to attack with. Kaiser just looking through his catcher discard pile, seeing what resources he has used throughout the match. It's a knockout on the Mew EX. So
there's a Mew EX knockout?
yeah, correct. So
because there's one energy onto
yeah.
the Clefairy, that's right. So Kian should be at 2 prizes right now, right? No, 2 prizes.
Yes,
yeah,
correct. So Kaiser now with 3 prizes. Kian has the prize lead. He's been taking 2-2. Very shocking to see Kian take the 2-2-2 prize, you know, especially for Gardevoird deck. Usually you'd see going like slowly 1-2, then 4 at the same 4 at a go, or maybe 1, 3 and then 2. But this is quite cool to see Kian picking up 2 prizes each turn. He only needs his 2 more prizes to win the game. Kaiser will not be able to. Here we see the Iron Leaves come out right now. The Iron Leaves, when it's played onto the bench, it can move straight to the active spot, and then you can move any amount of energy from any of your bench Pokemon to this Iron Leaves EX. He's opted to send the fighting energy from the Raging Bolt.
Yeah, look, I think this is smart because the thing is, it allows for Kaiser to have a free switch out because Iron Leaves is a basic Pokemon. You get the Skyliner effect from the Latias EX, so you have free retreat costs, right?
You don't have to waste the hand attachment energy.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he shifted the fighting energy because I think shifting energy is optional. So you could have just left the fighting energy onto the Raging Bolt, so then you can just try to, you know, do funny, like you can try to utilize that Raging Bolt to use Battling Thunder to take a knockout, something like the Gardevoird in the front. But Kian is in a commanding position right now. You know, he has Clefairy to take a repeat knockout, to take a return knockout on a Raging Bolt EX if he puts that in the front. He shouldn't need to discard energy though.
Yeah. Because the Latias EX gives all the basic Pokemon free retreat. Anyway, the Fan Rotom's coming out and going to attack for 70 damage because there's a stadium in play. We've seen the Fan Rotom in earlier rounds take knockouts, one by taking knockouts on the Mimikyu, and now it's going to take a knockout on the Screamtail, so Kaiser's down to 2 prizes also. Both players with 2 prizes left. I think they're just checking. I think they stopped it just to check. Yep. Yeah, so the energy on the Iron Leaves must stay there. I think it's good anyway for Kaiser because he wanted some energies on the board for the Raging Bolt to attack later on. Anyway, Kaiser plays only Iono to disrupt Kian at the same time. So I don't know if Kian has anything to come back with. He's eyeing out the card he's going to play here. I see it's a Psychic type.
Monkey Dory is definitely going to be a play
yeah.
here. There's not going to be enough damage. There's not going to be enough Darkness energies, I think, for enough Monkey Dories for Kian to take a knockout onto the Fan Rotom, so I think Kaiser is kind of safe at this point in time.
Kaiser has delicious targets, actually. He has the Lily's Clefairy and the Fazandipley on the bench. But he did play his Prime Catcher already, right? So, and his Raging Ball has no energy cards on it.
That's right. So I think Kaiser does have actually one more boss's orders if he needs to find it. He doesn't have a Hoot on the board, which is unfortunate for him. But he's still going to be able to, I think, play that out. We do see an Iono come down. Both players having 2 prizes left.
So both players drawing 2 cards. 2 energy coming from the Gardevoird, so put 4 damage counters, yes. And I think who's going to use to attack with here? It's going to be Monkey Dory. Monkey's going to, to try won't allow Kaiser to use his Fazandipley response. Going to confuse the Fan Rotom, hit it for 60 damage, leave it confused.
Yeah, not only that, you're setting up for the 2 prize turn next turn, right?
Yes.
So you're able to put shift 1 damage counter from any one of your Pokemon to Fan Rotom to not take a knockout. And then if you have like a boss's orders, well, he doesn't have a boss's orders,
yes.
so he will maybe need to use like a counter catcher or something like that to try to take the 1 prize on the Fan Rotom and 1 prize on another 1 prize like the Noctowl.
I have if you don't mind me asking, right? So now Kaiser has an opportunity to do the fancy roll for hits and the confusion, but he shouldn't, right? I mean, he shouldn't take a prize this turn, right?
100% no. Like Kaiser either takes a prize this turn or he doesn't. He should not go for the roll. He should not give the 1 prize to the Monkey Dory, and he should not do anything, to be honest. And he just passes.
Yeah, correct. I think that Iono really gave him a really bad hand there. So there's nothing he could play. This is back to Kian again. Can Kian take this game though? Let's see. So it's gonna retreat the Monkey Dory
into another Monkey Dory.
Okay. He can set energy and take a knockout this turn, but he cannot take a double knockout, right?
Yeah, he can only he likely shift, I think, the 1 damage that you see from the back Monkey Dory to the Fan Rotom to take 1 prize.
Yep.
And then, but with the retreat there, it's a little bit weird, if I may say so myself.
I think usually as a Gardevoird player, you expect to be the one to receive the knockout, right? But now he's going to go for pass. As we discussed in the previous Swiss round, I think this is one of those opportunities where the Gardevoird player can just pass and not take knockout. Don't let Kaiser be able to draw a card.
Yeah, and the Kian is just retreating that way in order to generate more damage on the board so that he can just start shifting damage across. He's thinking about shifting. He's trying to set up on the 2 prize turn by putting damage to weaken the Pokemon, Kaiser's Pokemon, yes, so that Kian can take a knockout Miracle Force from the Gardevoird EX. But this also buys enough time for Kaiser to come back.
And Kaiser just drew a Grass Energy, so Grass Energy has been set down to the Teal Mask Ogerpon, and he got a Earthen Vessel from that, getting 2 more Grass Energy. He's going to be able to Teal Dance the other Teal Mask Ogerpon EX on the other side of the bench here. Let's see what he draws from that. Here we go. Draw 1 card. 1 card is another Earthen Vessel. Okay. Not what he wanted to see though. He wanted something else, like a boss's orders, maybe something like that.
Yeah, but you could steal Teal Dance, I believe, right into that Teal Mask Ogerpon at the top over there.
The top left, he just did that.
He just did that. Okay, so both Teal Masks are out of the picture, yeah?
Yep. Nice eyeing to think where you're going to set this other grass energy. Is he going to just attach it there or just keep it for next turn to use another tail dance?
Yeah, I mean, I would just keep it for next turn. There's nothing you can do this turn. Yeah, it's just a pal going to be passive.
This is a very high level play here, guys, right? Now you can see Kenchong just retreating his Monkey Dory back and forth, accumulating damage counters to transfer damage to Kaiser, waiting to win the game that way. While Kaiser, on the other hand, is just slowly charging up his board, waiting for his time to take the knockout. Both players are just waiting to see who will pull the trigger here. They both got to take one prize.
Yeah, because the thing is, if you take one prize, you're activating counter catcher, right? So Kenchong, Kaiser rightfully acknowledging that. Is trying to find a way out, trying to find his boss. If he finds his boss, he will. And he needs also energy attachment for the Raging Bolts. We see one more grass energy, so but I don't see any more fighting energies. Where's the Sada's at?
Yeah, okay, Ultra Ball is cutting a Nest Ball and a Noctowl. What's he picking up? Baby Raging Bolt. Okay.
He's just trying to thin out his deck.
Yeah, I don't want to draw though. He's going to try to draw with the Teal Dance here. He's got one more Teal Dance left from the Ogre on the top left. Okay, cut the deck, shuffled, attach, Teal Dance, draw one. And it is a... It doesn't seem like anything because he just put it back down immediately.
I realized that actually Kenchong is having a very big misplay here.
Why? What's happening?
If you just an energy onto the fan rotom, he can just KO any 2-pricer.
I think he's trying that. He's doing it now. He's doing that right now. I think.
Yeah,
he's doing that right now.
Like 3 whole turns.
Yeah, because I think he was trying to set up the board so that any Pokemon that he chooses to send, that Kaiser chooses to send up, will get knocked out.
The full bench is like 8 Pokemon.
I know, right?
Anyways,
anyway,
we have rightfully found the end of gameplay here. So Kenchong does take the first game. Kaiser.
I think that's what Kenchong was doing. Again, like in the previous round of top 8s, right? He was trying to play safe, right? By putting damage counter, maybe too safe. Again, maybe too safe. Putting the chance swing damage via Monkey Dory so that his Clefairy will be able to take a knockout on anything. Yeah. Is Clefairy EX the true MVP of the tournament? Not yet though, we still have one more. We still have BO3, we still have another round here. Let's see. Looks like Kenchong will be going second, Kaiser will be going first.
And look at the timing. I think Kenchong was actually just behind time, actually.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Look, it was a little bit risky nonetheless. So it's slightly unfortunate. I think that both players, rather Kaiser was not able to actually identify that there was a game board state there. But you know what? We're going straight into game number 2 of this best of 3 here. Kaiser, I think, opting to go first in this time.
And he does have a fan Rotom in his hand as well, so it's going to be a good start. I don't see any other way like any way to get spot, but I see a Hoot as well. We're going to get to see the prize pile later on after this. Here comes the Raging Bolt start again Shamin one more time. Fan Rotom going to find a, let's see, there's Hoot, there's Noctowl. So Ultra Ball, maybe to find the Latias to retreat. Or not, probably because he can, let's see what else to choose here. This kind of grass energy is going to be very, very hard though.
Yeah, I think he doesn't really have any other choices.
Let's take a
look at the prizes right now. On Kenchong's side, we do see the Lily's Clefairy and both Gardevoirds.
Oh, okay!
It's huge! Oh, the Gardevoird!
Finally! I didn't think I'd be able to sit on a casting table, right, and see 2 Gardevoird in a prize.
And the Lily's Clefairy's prize as well. So the thing is that there's no early attackers for Kenchong. Kenchong,
oh my gosh,
needs to buy as much time as possible.
He's going to be surprised. He's going to be very, very surprised.
Oh, that spells doom for the side of Kenchong. There, usually when a player is in this kind of state, you look at using the Lily's Clefairy to take your first prize, but prizing the Lily's Clefairy in together with the Gardevoird EX is a double whammy.
Yeah, we've seen that Lily's Clefairy like MVP the previous rounds as well. So, while 2 Gardevoird EX, that's his only engine. Remember, we have a friend who keep asking us why does Gardevoird decks play only 2 Gardevoird?
Yeah, no, I still remember. We also have another friend that goes, the odds of pricing 2 Gardevoird is in one game is what 0.03 or something like that.
Looks like that guy's been proven wrong.
No, I did see him jump up for joy just now, and he just immediately called the other member of the group, going like, hey, look, that just happened.
It just happened, man.
Yeah,
It finally just happened. Kenchong's going to be very surprised at his first deck search later. He has an Ultra Ball, so he's going to be able to look through his deck. So, it's going to be really tough for him though.
Okay, now here's a question for you, Nick.
Yep.
Would you scoop? You've won game number 1. There's no way for you to take prizes in this game. Would you scoop and go to game 3 and pray for the best?
Yes, I would. I would actually. I think you have enough time. Both players can actually see the clock in this match, right?
Yes,
so
they can.
I would take the scoop, go for game 3.
Yeah, because this is insane. I mean, Kenchong even have a card to look at his deck.
Yeah, he got Ultra Ball,
I mean,
Nest Ball as well.
Nest Ball
You're not going to see. Now he's going to be surprised here. Let's see if he decides to play the match out though. Are we going to see another tiebreaker? It might be possible as well.
And there's a very good chance of a tiebreaker happening yet again. Kenchong just double checking his deck right now.
I think he's going to be surprised to see that there is no Gardevoird EX. No Lily's Clefairy as well. Oof. Oh my god, if I'm Kenchong now, my hand, I'll be sweating. I'm even sweating right now for him.
No, but he just chooses to play.
He's continuing to play the match. He's going to Ultra Ball Darkness Energy and his Iono. He probably does not just bottle in hand, I think. Let's see here. He knows, right? I think he's already looked at his deck twice now, 3 times. Monkey Dory is coming out.
Surely he knows.
Surely he knows, right? Surely he knows.
There's no
Maybe
way.
he's thinking that it's impossible for Kaiser to take 3 prizes before then. 4 prizes before then.
There is no way.
It's in 18 minutes. Can Kaiser take 4 prizes?
Surely,
right? As an aggro deck, surely, right?
No, it doesn't matter if Kaiser just takes 1 prize, he wins this game. If it goes to time, and Kenchong doesn't take a prize, because this is game number 2.
Yes.
So surely, if Kenchong doesn't realize this, he needs to go to game 3.
Okay, now he's gonna attach an energy. Is it attach to Shamin?
There's no Team Evo.
No Team Evo is passing here, going straight to Kaiser now. I think Kaiser doesn't know yet, right? Kaiser, both players doesn't know what's in the prize, the opposing player's prize, so doesn't know that there's 2 Gardevoird in the prizes yet. I think he's still gonna play it. This is how he played it in game 1. get as much energy on the board, slowly take knockouts.
But you see, things are different here because the thing is, in the previous matchup, it was a 2-prize deck.
Yep.
So you can't afford to go to the tiebreaker and pray that, oh, he doesn't find a rare candy, doesn't find anything to come back into the game. But the thing is that he's playing against Raging Bolt. It's primed to take the first prize, right?
Yes, yes.
Surely you'll go to game 3.
And he'll get to choose as well. Like,
no, you're going to get to choose. You roll the dice.
I mean, that's a tiebreaker, but if he chooses to scoop, actually. Okay, now that looks like just stopping play for a while, make sure that anything done correctly here. Find the lightning energy. Earthen vessel, yeah. I'm seeing right here. Okay, I'll take out the lightning energy, okay. The fan going back to hand, okay.
So I think he selected the lightning energy first.
Again, like I was saying earlier, right, once you put the card down and you played it, that's it, right? And especially at this level, the Master Ball League.
Yep.
Our most important tournament, right? Every penalty is even more severe than like playing a Great Ball League, Ultra Ball League.
That's right, and but here's a very easily reversible play. You just take back the fan rotem, you throw away the lightning energy, and then you're good to go from there. Here we see the status vitality being played. So 1 basic energy. Sorry, choose 2 of your ancient Pokemon. Put 1 lightning put 1 basic energy card from your discard pile to one of those ancient Pokemon, and then from there you can draw 3 cards. Very good draw engine as well for Raging Bolt.
You see that Kaiser is playing extra fast here. He's playing a Nest Ball very quickly, getting the Teal Mask Ultron out, and straight to the bench. You're going to use Teal Dance to draw 1 card again.
Yep. So 2 downs for 1 card. He is just going to take a knockout onto that Shaman.
Yes. It's quite a meal from the first match, except now the Kentron doesn't have a TM evolution.
Yeah, so
nice
we see a nice stretcher for the Shaman. Very important since the Baby Bolt is set up and ready to go.
I think there's still time to scoop though.
I really am puzzled, but you know what? Once again, Ken Chong probably knows what the aim of the game is here.
Yep.
He is probably trying to buy as much time and trying to find as many ways out here. Maybe trying to mind bend 3 times to take a knockout onto that Baby Raging Bolt.
Try to confuse that Raging Bolt now. Keep some damage on him. Again, so if neither player has two or fewer prize cards remaining, and the winner of game 1 will win the match.
Yeah.
Dory with Team Evolution, so we're going to see double killer come out here, I think. Trying to scare Kaiser a bit, show him that he has the double killer. Here we go. Going to the deck here with Team Evolution, you must select 2 basic Pokemon on your bench and then evolve them. Then the Team Evolution gets discarded. Even if you don't use the Team Evolution still gets discarded at enter no matter what.
That's right.
So
unless a gem tower gets placed on.
Right, then it stays on board. But you can't use the attack anymore though.
Yes, that is correct.
Kaiser's turn has got a lot of energy on the board here and a fully powered Raging Bolt. And let's not forget, he has a second attack of 130 damage that can knock out the Monkey Dory.
Not making that mistake yet again. Hey, so right now we have, Kaiser is just going to use the second attack, so Dragon Headbutt to take a knockout onto that Curlia. Kaiser making very rapid moves at this point in time. Ken Chong choosing what to play here.
Kaiser needs to pick out as many prizes as he can, as fast as possible here. As long as Ken Chong as long as he can take all those prizes up, he can try to win. He can tie the match. He lost the first game. Ken Chong sends up the Monkey Dory with Psychic Energy attach. That's his turn right now. It's going to be Ultra Ball play. He did the eye the 3 cards he wants to Ultra Ball with. Okay.
He's gonna get the Gardevoird, guys. Surely. Really? You're gonna take it for the prize. I'm messing. I am messing.
He has no Gardevoird in play, so that Monkey Dory is gonna be able to hit only for 60 damage as well. He's thinking of the for Zendipity. Yeah, that's gonna be free for Kaiser here.
Yeah, fodder. There we go. You see the 3 cards. He's wondering. Okay, great. I've got an Ultra Ball now. I can surely find for the Gardevoird.
Right.
Right. I believe in Ken Chong. He has
an idea what he wants to do, right? So Kaiser is seeing the Ultra Ball here. In Kaiser's mind, he's thinking,
the Gardevoird coming out here.
And now Kaiser's gonna know that Ken Chong doesn't have a Gardevoird EX.
Surely.
Okay, Ken Chong just looked to his deck
I may not have
4 times. He's looking at his deck 4 times now.
I may not have used the Ultra Ball here if he knew, but it seems like he doesn't know.
Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he didn't know the whole time that there was a Gardevoird. He didn't deck check. Properly. And if only I could see Kaiser's face right now. I wish I could see Kaiser's face. I think Kaiser's still thinking that Ken Chong is just deck checking, but he doesn't know. Hey, look at the discard pile to make sure. He's thinking, look at the discard to make sure that he didn't actually discard a Gardevoird EX.
He's like, wait. It's
allowed. I really wish I can see Kaiser's face right now. He must be so shocked. Where's the Gardevoird EX?
That's a great question, guys. Where is the Gardevoird EX? But guess what? We know where it is. It is not in play right now. It is in the prizes. So Ken Chong just continues to play the game, though. Chooses to play Iono to reset the hand cards from him. Kaiser to draw 4, Ken Chong to draw 6.
Yep. Let's see what can Ken Chong get another energy to attack with. Okay, here's a darkness energy on the Monkey Dory. He's going to be able to attack with Mind Bend to confuse Kaiser's Raging Bolt. So maybe it's time for Kaiser to roll the dice next turn.
No, I mean, look, if it was Kaiser, just pass.
Right?
There's no need to take risks here. But you know what? So I think for those of you who are just joining in, I'd just like to reiterate that if players have 2 or less prizes remaining, right, then they must play a tiebreaker game here. But if either players have 2 or less prizes remaining, then the player with less prizes will win.
Right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Okay. He just showed that he got 2 Gardevoird on the prize. He's just showing right now.
Alright, so Ken Chong has realized that he's got 2 Gardevoirds.
That's why he didn't scoop.
Yeah,
that's why. He didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know. Gardevoird in the prize. So we're going into game 3. Looks like we can put this paper aside right now and head straight to the third match.
All right, so game 3. I think it's evident that they will be going to time. So let's go through the game 3 time rules right now, Nick.
Right. So if either player has fewer prize cards remaining than their opponent, the player with the fewest prize card remaining wins the match. So for example, if time is called and Kaiser has picked up 2 prizes, Kenchong hasn't picked up any, Kaiser will win the match. So another example, both players have the same number of prize cards remaining. So if both players have 6 prize, or 4 prize, the game must continue until either player ends up with fewer prize cards remaining than their opponent, or fulfills any other win condition. That player will win the match. So that would, if the time is called, if both players have the same amount of prizes, then who picks up the first prize will win the match.
All right, so no more tiebreakers here.
No tiebreakers.
No tiebreakers.
Let's see. So Kenchong has escaped a tiebreaker again. He should have just scooped early, but he probably didn't realize. It was quite funny when he showed that Gardevoird. That's the kind of thing that we should make stickers of, man.
Surely. He's like, wait, where's my Gardevoird?
We're going straight into game 3. Kenchong going second. Kaiser standing first with new EX in the active spot. Perfect nest ball for Squawkabilly maybe. Nest ball for Fanrodom. Let's see the prizes in both sides. Fanrodom on Kaiser, but Kaiser plays 2, so that's fine, I think. On the Kenchong side, Super Rod, Research, one of the routes.
And 1 Darkness Energy, so I don't
think
it's okay. Yeah, detrimental to both sides particularly. Here, it's, I just want to be very clear. The Raging Bolt deck is highly favored here.
Yep.
Yeah, Raging Bolt is going to be able to take prizes quicker, and in this format where time is when time is being called in the top cut, the deck which is able to take more prizes first is actually advantageous.
We saw it with Hannah earlier, right? So Hannah just picked up prizes one by one, and practically won the game that way. And Kaiser can do the exact same now. Ditto in the active spot is going to be exchanged for Raging Bolt, baby. The baby Raging Bolt is the kind of thing that Kaiser wants. He's going to try to target all of Kenchong's routes in the bench. Let's see what's your Kenchong can get out to the bench though.
Do you realize that Kenchong started Shaman 3 games in a row?
Oh yeah,
that's
gosh.
insane.
I was just thinking, oh yeah, the green color on that side, you're like, huh, a grass type? Oh wait, again?
Just to be clear, he was only playing that one copy.
Only one copy, right? And he's done it 3 times in a row.
That's pretty insane as well. Kenchong here, the man of many odds, first pricing 2 Gardevoirds and then starting 3 Shaman in a row. Oh, sorry, Shamans in 3 games in a row.
Kaiser with an excellent turn 1. He has an energy attached to the Raging Bolt, maybe in front. So Asada next turn,
Crispin next turn.
Yeah, Crispin next turn, a lot of ways. Yo, Kenchong's got Fairy EX, aggro time from Kenchong. Gonna try to take prizes quickly with the Lily's Clefairy EX.
Yeah.
Again, with the Lily's Clefairy, its ability makes it that all psychic Pokemon attack Dragon type Pokemon for weakness. That includes Kaiser's Raging Bolt, the non-EX and the EX.
That is 100% true. So here, whoever takes the prizes is going to be favored. We do see Kenchong. I've actually realized Kenchong, I have to give credit where credit is due. Kenchong plays very differently when he's in his last match. He plays super aggressively. He knows how to play to benefit from the rules.
Yes, correct.
Right? Usually we see him setting up the routes. We usually see him, buying as much time as possible. But then when he goes into this kind of game state, he goes straight into the Clefairy, straight into the Muse. He starts charging the Clefairies manually, and play for the best. And he does still get a route.
Yeah, that's the best bonus, and that's the perfect bonus that he needs.
That's the perfect setup that he needs to get him through this game number 3.
But he didn't have a draw supporter, so he went spend aggro, use all his cards up to try and use Mew to draw 3 cards with restart.
That's right. And on Kaiser's side, we do see the Jewel Seeker knockout will come out, which allows him to find 2 trainer cards from his deck. Here, I think Crispin is not a bad play. You can take a knockout onto the Shaman. I think Urban Vessel is also not too bad. Finding the Area Zero.
Oh, Area Zero as well, yeah.
I think okay. But keep in mind that even if you do find Area Zero, you're not going to be able to knock out the Shaman with a Assault Landing from the Fan Rotom.
Okay, so it looks like he's eyeing on the Earthen Vessel at the top, just checking his hand to see what decks he already has. So Earthen Vessel and Crispin, right? So Crispin's going to be played to try and I think he's going to try to knock out the.
Actually, you know what? I think Crispin Prime Catcher is also going to be pretty good. If you Crispin Prime Catcher and you knock out the Clefairy, or even, the Clefairy, right? You have the 2 prize lead, right? I don't know. I think
it's tough to knock out the Clefairy. He doesn't have a Raging Bolt EX. He only has that Teomas Ogopon EX and the Raging Bolt in the front. So Crispin play, Tail Dance, draw 1. Let's have an Earthen Vessel as well. I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to draw 1 first. Let's see what he gets. Looks like a Pokemon, I think. Earthen Vessel, discarding.
Earthen Vessel coming down here.
Oh, Steel Wing. We haven't seen that from Kaiser at all, actually.
Oh,
discarding one of his 3 night stretches.
I think that's fine here.
Lightning Energy, Fighting Energy.
Yep. And it's going to just be hand attachment onto that big baby Raging Bolt, and you'll likely just see a Dragon Headbutt, I reckon.
Yep, it's going to knock out the Shaman in the active spot. So he can't attack the bench because the Shaman protects Kenchong's bench. An Ultra Ball, discarding the Steel Wing and a Lightning Energy. Finding another Hoot maybe? Most likely it's going to be that, I think. Then you can use that for next turn. Yep, here comes the Hoot. The next turn you're able to use Jewel Seeker again with Noctowl.
Okay, so I was thinking actually that it may not have been a good play to bench 1 more Pokemon, because if you bench 1 more Pokemon, then Clefairy can proceed to take a knockout onto that Teomas Ogopon. Which then puts Kenchong in the lead. Keep in mind we only have 3 minutes left on the clock, so if with this kind of exchange, right, Kenchong's counter catchers are also online, so technically Kenchong, if he manages to fill up his bench, is going to be able to use counter catcher onto that Teomas Ogopon, and then take 2 prizes from there. And if he plays it to time, he would then take the lead. He would then win the game.
Let's see if he has any draw supporters though. Remember, he only has like 2 or 3 cards in hand actually. Counter catcher. Gonna be the counter catcher. He's gonna aim on the Mew EX, I think. He's just, as long as he doesn't let go the card, he's still getting to his hand. Counter catcher on the Mew EX. Okay, not the Teomas Ogopon as we thought.
No, but this is better for Kenchong actually. If he's able to find 2 more Pokemon and he just takes the knockout, then Kaiser is going to be in trouble here. We do see
the research and the Artisan.
Yeah, we do see the research and the Artisan come down. Research to draw him for 7 more cards. Kenchong is going to be able to use the Artisan to find 1 more bench Pokemon. This is going into the final 2 minutes of the game, 3 minutes of the game. Kenchong here playing perfectly in a way that he is going to find and fill up his bench.
And if he goes second as well, the turn will only end with him, right? The game will only end with him playing. So even if Kaiser's turn, if the time is on Kaiser's turn, Kenchong still has one more turn left, right?
Yes, that is correct. You know, and if they end up in a tie, then I think it's the next prize that gets taken wins.
Correct.
So
if they had the same amount of prizes, right? If either player has fewer prize cards remaining, and the one with the fewer prize cards wins.
That's right. We're left with 2 minutes. Kenchong is
taking 2 prizes here.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be taking 2 prizes here.
Okay, so he'll take 2 prizes. Then
he's popping for only 1. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is going to be enough to take a knockout there. We do see Monkey Dory come down. That's 100%.
Yep,
going to be taking a knockout onto that Mew EX.
Yeah, discounting to make sure you got enough. Alright, knockout. Mew EX. Kenchong takes 2 prizes, take the prize lead. It's back to Kaiser's turn now. Kaiser wants to take 2 prizes here onto Clefairy, right? Or Mew. He doesn't need to take 2 prizes, right? He needs to keep up the prize race if he can. Yeah. At this point, Kenchong is happy if that Clefairy survives.
Yeah, but I don't think this Clefairy is surviving. We do see Kaiser dropping that Noctowl, so we are going to be finding that Sada. Sada is going to be able to detach an energy from the discard pile to that Raging Bolt EX, but does he have enough energies? We do see 2 fighting energies attached to that Raging Bolt, Baby Raging Bolt, so there needs to be enough energies inside the discard pile. We do see 1 fighting energy left in the deck, so that means this Raging Bolt is going to be online.
Yes. He can pick up the fighting, he's going to attach the lightning from the discard pile with Sada's leader.
There's a lightning there, surely, right?
There is one right there. So he's going to attach, going to play Sada now, lightning's going on. Glass going onto the Raging Bolt. Draw 3 cards. Then we treat the Teal Mask Ogre Pawn to go for a knockout here. Remember that the Lilies Fighters have a Bravery Charm attached as well. So Teal dance and retreat. Here comes the Raging Bolt. It's going to take a knockout. And Kaiser has now got the prize lead. Kenchong needs to take another 2 prizes here. 23 seconds remaining. The time will end on Kenchong's turn.
Yes, the time will end on Kenchong's turn. Kenchong chooses to promote the courier because he has
Gardevoird right now. Okay. He needs to take a 2 prize knockout this turn to win the game, right?
Yes.
8 seconds left. Oh, I'm so tense right now, man. This is such an awesome match. Nice ball coming up.
If Kenchong finds a Night Stretcher here, he can Night Stretcher the Clefairy. Okay, so time has been called.
Yes. I think the judge is just trying to explain right now. Okay, time has been called. Does that mean that because Kaiser has fewer prizes remaining, does he win the match?
So I believe that this goes to the +1 turn.
Ah,
so,
right. Sorry,
after Kenchong finishes his turn, I believe then they'll look at the prize matches. But I'm not the judge today. I'm not sure 100% on what this ruling is. So I think they're just clarifying the turn right now, just to make sure that the rulings are settled.
Okay, looks like we are correct. As in, Kenchong will get to finish his turn because he's gone second. So if Kenchong takes a knockout on this Raging Bolt, he will win the match.
That is right.
If he doesn't take this knockout on this Raging Bolt,
Kaiser wins the match.
Kaiser wins the match. If Kenchong goes for one of the single prize Pokemon, it goes to tiebreaker.
Does it go for a tiebreaker?
Yes. It goes to tiebreaker. It goes to the next prize winning. So Kaiser can go for next prize.
That's right. That is 100% correct. And Kenchong here, his win condition is that Night Stretcher. If he manages to find a Night Stretcher for the Clefairy, he will win this game.
Let's see what he gets. He's going to go for Zen first to draw 3 cards. Night Stretcher is all he needs to win the game. Did he get it?
No,
he got Arven,
but did he
play a supporter already this turn? He didn't play a supporter.
He uses the Arven here.
Arven means going to fill up his bench though to max. Is he going to go for Drifloon?
He could potentially go for Drifloon and Bravery Charm here. I think he's just trying to count however many energies are left in his deck. Kenchong here, looking, thinking, what can he do to get out of this kind of situation? To me, it's in his hand already, I believe. If that was the Arven indeed, he's looking at his options. That is Arven in his hand, no?
Yeah, he has an Arven in his hand and he's ready to clear his deck. I think we've seen him play safe for 2 games now. He's still playing safe right here. Okay, he's a bit confused. I think Arven. Okay, Arven. Oh yeah, I guess Kaiser's hands in his head. Again, I see him place a hand in the head. Does he have a Night Stretcher? Oh, okay, that's it. Night Stretcher. Night Stretcher will take the Lilies Clefairy EX from the discard pile. He puts it into the bench. Attach 2 energy using Gardevoird's ability. Put 4 damage counters. And then retreat. Right? Retreat slowly one by one. Just to show. Very, very sad for Kaiser though that the game ended this way. But valiant effort from Kenchong. He knew at this game 3 there was not enough time. He switched his play from going a very typical routes to a very aggro routes. Very rarely we'll see that Lilies Clefairy come out on turn 1 with Mew EX.
Yep.
And the knockout is going to come right here. And that should be it. That would mean Kenchong will be the last turn. And at the last turn, he has picked up 2 prizes. He has fewer prizes than Kaiser. Congratulations to Kenchong. He's going to the finals.
He's going to the finals. And this also guarantees his spot to the World Championships at Anaheim in 2025.
Anaheim, yes. Anaheim, California. Yeah. Because next year we're going to San Francisco.
Next year we're going to San Francisco. That's right. That's right indeed. So congratulations once again to Kenchong. Very, very valiant effort. Very close for Kaiser to make it all the way to the top 4. Congratulations for always having a deep run.
Yeah. Again, Kaiser, very, very well played. He played to all his best outs. Just unfortunate with the time call that he couldn't be able to finish the match.
Yep. So we are going to, I think, the next game really soon. But before that, this Kenchong, do you think he has what it takes to go all the way?
I've seen him play 2, I would say, 1 actual tiebreaker, 1 inverted commas tiebreaker, and he's played it with very, very well. I won't be surprised if he takes the Master Ball League Championship.
Yeah, I mean, look, his next match is, I believe, also going to be a Raging Bolt. So it's going to be a Bolt versus a Gardevoird, a very, very familiar matchup that we've seen Kenchong play time and time again. I'm not sure who is the person playing the Bolt, but it will be very, very good, I think, for Kenchong.
So that's why between all these between all these decks, right? What do you think is your favorite?